Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news here on KALH, weather always comes first. A soggy stretch continues for much of the country. Showers linger across the Great Lakes and Northeast before finally drying out. Meanwhile, a new system is brewing. Heavy rain and thunderstorms are expected to fire up across the south central plains tomorrow night into Friday morning. That's going to bring a risk of flash flooding from Texas up to Kansas. Closer to home, scattered light showers continue with thunderstorms likely east of the Rio Grande. Some could bring some strong wind gusts. After that, dry and quiet weather settles in through early next week. You could expect cooler temperatures by the weekend, lows in the 40s and 50s, highs around normal. Winds are going to stay mostly light, although breezy at times. Dust and dander levels remain high, so allergy and asthma sufferers should be advised. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
This is Range Control with roadblock information for Highway 70, Highway 380, Highway 54, War Highway, Ellen Road, and Nike Avenue will be open all day.
Main Gate United, once a symbol of Alamogordo's civic strength, has collapsed under poor leadership and mismanagement. What began as a respected military partnership has unraveled amid financial misuse, ethical lapses, and mission drift. The group, led by Dr. James Klump and Chamberhead Jarrett Perry, faces accusations of lost funds, conflicts of interest, and silence towards taxpayers. Once a powerful advocate for Holloman Air Force Base, Main Gate now stands as a warning about failed accountability in local leadership. The Otero County Commission will host a public comment session next Thursday, October 30th at 6 p.m. to discuss Ordinance 2205 that regulates off-highway and side-by-side vehicle use on public roads. The meeting comes after a recent accident involving an uninsured out-of-state rider, leading the county to consider repealing the current law. Riders and residents are invited to share their feedback at the Commission Chambers, 1101 New York in Alamo, on the future of side-by-side vehicle use in Otero County. Stay warm and help others do the same. The Redoso Community Center RSVP Coat Drive is collecting new and gently used coats, hats, and gloves, all kinds of warm clothing now through January 19th. Drop off your donations at Albertsons, Redoso Community Center, Capitan, or Redoso Public Libraries or Club Gas. Every item helps a neighbor in need. If you want some information, call 575-257-4565. With Halloween approaching, the Alamogordo Fire Department reminds residents to celebrate safely, use battery-operated lights instead of candles, keep decorations away from heat sources, and ensure that your smoke alarms are functioning, clear walkways for trick-or-treaters, and never leave candles unattended. If you follow these simple precautions, it'll help protect you, your family, and the community. If you have any questions, 575-439-4298. Well, beginning today in Alamogordo is a haunted house.
I just wanted to invite the public to come on out to the Civic Center October 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 29, 30, and 31. From 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., they're going to be having a haunted house. It's going to be a lot of fun activities. Of course, it's a haunted house. I don't want to say too much because I guess that's a surprise. But kids under 13 must be accompanied by an adult. The tickets are $2, and there's several days to choose from. So come on out for that.
Mayor Susan Payne speaking with Crazy Radio.
On October 25th from 9 a.m. to noon at the Alameda Park Zoo, we're going to have our annual Zoo Boo. This is a free event. Of course, we're going to have a candy trail and a costume contest. Candy trail, of course, will be different stations that they can go to and pick up candy. Looks like we have a lot of sponsors there. There's costume contests for ages 0 to 2, 3 to 7, 8 to 12. Family, they're going to have the scariest costume, the cutest costume, and the best overall costume. There is cash prizes. So that would be, again, on October 25th from 9 a.m. to noon at the Alameda Park Zoo.
For more information, check out the City of Alamogordo Facebook page. Join the Halloween fun in Tularosa's historic district on Granado Street this Saturday, October 25th from 5 until 8. Enjoy Trunk or Treat Alley, live music from Sancho and the Side Piece, food, vendors, games, a haunted maze, pet parade, costume contest, photo booth, and more. It's hosted by the Tularosa Arts and History Council. If you have any questions, try tularosa.org or call 505-350-4531. Join the community for Elijah Hadley's second annual Memorial Walk, honoring missing and murdered Indigenous people. That's this Saturday, October 25th at Bent Church. Setup begins at 3, walk starts at 4. Free t-shirts while they last, glow sticks, Prizes, raffles, refreshments after the walk. Everyone is welcome. You're invited to a spooky good time at the Mescalero Child Care Open House Trick or Treat. That's happening October 30th from 9 until 11 a.m. That's 251A Circle in Mescalero. Bring your little ones in costume for fun, treats, and a chance to learn about child care programs. 575-462-9224. The Alamogordo Fire Department welcomes families to trick or treat on Halloween night. That's next Friday, October 31st from 5 until 8. Kids can visit Fire Station number 1 at 619 Texas Avenue, Station 5 at 1492 South Florida, or Station 6 at 3100 North Florida. Get yourself some candy and treats. Get ready for some spooky fun at the annual Fraternal Order of Police Trunk or Treat on October 31st, 5 till 7 p.m. at the Redoso Downs Racetrack and Casino. Wear your best Halloween costume, enjoy the haunted house, and meet the first responders of Lincoln County. Well, today is Thursday. That means we get a Thursday Thought from Lauren Noble.
Good morning, Crazy Radio. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday Thought. This past week has been a reminder for me that while God can and does heal, He sometimes uses modern medicine to do that. 20 years ago, I had cataract surgeries and lens implants, and recently those implants wore out and they began to pull away from the eye. So they replaced the left lens on Monday, and I was telling Anthony, I said, since they deaden the area around your eye while they're doing surgery, I was temporarily a numbskull, which he said he couldn't tell the difference. But they would do the right eye and replace the lens on it in 3 weeks. And I cannot imagine how life would have been years or centuries ago when I simply would have been blind. But with modern technology, I should be able to see almost 20/20 again and only need reading glasses. And I know there are a lot of us out there that are happy and very thankful for modern medicine that allows for replacing our worn-down bodies. And I know somebody recently that had his knee replaced, and I've heard of people having their hips replaced, and it's just a wonderful thing what modern technology can do. And while, yes, God can certainly heal, sometimes He uses modern medicine to do that, which He gave modern medicine and the people with the technology the brain to do that. So I'm very thankful for that. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, it is nice that modern technology allows us to somehow rebuild our bodies to where we can function again. And years and centuries ago, that would not have been the case. And what a wonderful thing it is. And we should be grateful for that and give You the honor and the glory for giving people the mind to be able to do things like that. And it's just such a blessing to us. Amen. Until we meet up again, blessings to you.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, it's me, here to tell you about AlamogordoTownNews.org. This is Otero County's #1 source for local news, sports, and community. Quite frankly, AlamogordoTownNews.org is the big LES news service online. AlamogordoTownNews.org is a Second Life Media affiliated company.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
An Albuquerque man will spend 30 years in prison for a violent kidnapping he posted about online. Sergio Seguero was convicted in July for last year's actions at a Northeast Albuquerque apartment, where prosecutors say he forced a gun into the victim's mouth and then recorded the attack, saving the videos online. New Mexico's Children, Youth, and Families Department is paying $250,000 to settle a nearly decade-old lawsuit. The suit claims a CYFD worker sexually abused a student during a 2016 truancy investigation at Armijo Elementary. Erica Anderson is the attorney for the plaintiff. She spoke with KRQE.
Obviously, the family was very upset with what had happened. It greatly affected my client during her formative years in school.
The worker was fired, although no criminal charges were filed. CYFD says the settlement avoids costly litigation, and the agency confirms the worker is no longer employed. A Las Cruces court has dismissed charges against Cristina Escobedo Arriaga in a deadly DWI crash that killed 2 children, including her own 12-year-old daughter. The dismissal, which came out this past Friday, was due to a procedural error with grand jury notice and not the merits of the case. The district attorney's office says charges are going to be refiled and presented to a grand jury on November 4th. Voter turnout is generally lower in off-year elections. UNM political science professor Tim Krebs shared his thoughts with KOB.
We think that, it's local democracy, it's closest to us, that there might be higher turnout in local elections vis-a-vis national elections. We don't see it.
He notes that local races often attract a smaller, more specialized voter group, even though these contests directly affect issues like housing, crime, and economic development. What we're trying to say is make sure you're registered and get out there and vote. Visit nmvote.org for polling locations and sample ballots. The Democratic Party of New Mexico is scrambling to rebuild its presence in rural areas, launching new chapters in counties like Sierra, Catron, and Tobacco after years of inactivity. Party Chair Sarah Adelson says every county should have a local branch, but critics say it's a sign Democrats are losing ground outside the cities. This effort comes as Republicans continue to dominate rural New Mexico heading into 2026. 3 years after the deadly Rust movie set shooting, Alec Baldwin is back in court, but this time he's suing New Mexico prosecutors and law enforcement for malicious prosecution. His criminal case was tossed out after the judge found prosecutors hid evidence, but now Baldwin is demanding taxpayer money for his troubles. Critics say it's just another case of Hollywood privilege. I mean, an innocent woman is dead. A young girl did prison time. Baldwin walks free, and the state could end up paying him. Does this seem screwed up to anybody else? A political dust-up in Albuquerque, a senior shelter director was fired after giving mayoral candidate Alex Ubales a private tour of the city's Gateway West homeless shelter. Ubales says the visit was authorized, but the nonprofit running the shelter claims it violated policy and risks funding. Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller denies any role in that firing, although his campaign accuses Ubales of using insider privilege for political gain. The controversy now highlights tensions over transparency and city control ahead of the election. The ongoing federal shutdown is putting pressure on families who depend on WIC, Women, Infants, and Children Nutrition Program, but New Mexico officials say they're going to keep it funded, well, at least for now. Mary Bell Salmon, a family education senior associate for Save the Children Action Network, spoke with KOB.
One of the most important things about WIC is how much of a pivotal piece of the support system it can be.
The state health department says WIC is still serving over 45,000 moms and kids, even as USDA funding hangs in the balance. Critics blame Washington gridlock for risking food aid to low-income families, while the state promises no one's going to lose benefits, at least not yet. Keep in mind, in Washington, the Democrats are trying to extend Obamacare, as well as provide free health care for illegal aliens, while the Republicans are simply trying to extend the previous budget. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 55 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, including Alamo Navajo at Carrizozo, Capitan at Mescalero, Hatch at Hot Springs, and Tularosa heads to Dexter. Wow. Go, Lady Cats! There are 6 games for New Mexico football today, including Hobbs at Organ Mountain. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for partly sunny skies. There's a 40% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Partly cloudy tonight, winds gusting up to 21, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 78, low tonight of 49, high tomorrow, 72 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies with a 50% chance of showers and storms, winds gusting up to 24 miles per hour today. New rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting up to 20, sunny skies tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 57, low tonight of 36, high tomorrow, 52 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, because that's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. And that concludes this Thursday edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.